hey, it's been a while. So I figured why not talk about a film that was delayed for far too long for reasons completely out of its control. Anyway, by the grace of Shai Hulud, I am back, and Dune was real good. I always at least try to go into films with managed expectations, especially if it's an adaptation of a book that I really love. My hopes were a little higher than usual going into Dune because Denis Villeneuve has more than proven himself to not only be a top-notch filmmaker, but also just an incredible director of sci-fi. Both Blade Runner 2049 and Arrival go above and beyond in this genre that's just so difficult to get right a lot of the time. And Frank Herbert's Dune is a book that they've never really gotten right on screen. The best-selling science fiction book of all time is something that has never really been properly adapted. But fortunately, Denis Villeneuve's mom decided to give birth to the one, and the Golden Path is now under construction.
Isn't he talented? He is so talented. I am so proud of him.
To see this story be taken so seriously and with such reverence is hard to describe. I was transported. And I want to get this out of the way, seeing the particular criticism of this film being, quote, incomplete everywhere is a little frustrating to me because its full title is Dune Part 1, so it's just literally half of it. Relax. The lore of Dune is so incredibly dense that we have to set up things in parts, at least for the first book, because I mean, she's thick. We could easily knock out Dune Messiah and even Children of Dune in one movie each, I think, but not Dune. There's just too much ground to cover. World building takes time, and what Villeneuve has built so far is looking good to me. Dune has a lot of moving parts. We have the hero's journey surrounding the main character Paul Atreides. We have the violent political struggle over the planet of Arrakis, also known as Dune, because it is the only planet that produces the most valuable substance in the universe, spice. Without spice, there's no interstellar travel, no nice things, no nothing. No spice, whole universe shuts down, it's a nightmare. We have dukes, we have barons, we have Bene Gesserit, we have mentats, we have Sardaukar, we have Fremen, we have 2.5 hours, and somehow we've managed. We have a good boy, and he did it. A major strength that I've seen in his previous sci-fi work that has continued in Dune is the arts and visual effects departments that he works with bring to life this fictional technology that is as tangible as if it existed in real life. The physics of the way that things move and operate and even break feel very real. It keeps you immersed in a way that a lot of sci-fi doesn't when everything just feels so sterile and far away. Even the smallest device is given a level of detail and just enough screen time for the audience to see and understand how it works. Even the little lamps that float into people's rooms in the morning feel like something you could just reach out and touch. Same goes for the production and costume design. Everything is just so intricate, every wall, every garment has a story to tell. Greg Fraser's cinematography just looks so beautiful. The decision to shoot on location in Abu Dhabi and Jordan for the scenes on Arrakis, as well as shooting in Norway for Caladan, made all the difference in the world in terms of realism. Everything is just so vast and expansive, and you don't feel that line of demarcation where a green screen may or may not be. Hans Zimmer is obviously a legendary composer at this point, and he's worked with Villeneuve before on Blade Runner 2049, which more of you should see, by the way. It's great. Anyway, my guy has done so many scores. It's outrageous. He works so much, but this is one for the books. The score he has composed for Dune is just inspired. His deep love for the source material just shows through every track, and I mean, he just wanted to be there. Apparently, he turned down Tenet to do this. Christopher Nolan called him and was like, "Will you want to do my movie with me again?" And then Hans Zimmer said, "No, Dune today." And then he hung up, and Christopher Nolan cried forever. But anyway, the score for Dune is so beautiful. I've been listening to it a ton since seeing the film. The Bene Gesserit and Gom Jabbar tracks might be my favorite. Not to mention that the Atreides bagpipe anthem slaps harder than it has any right to. I'm happy with all the casting and acting performances, but if I had to pick a couple favorites, I'd have to go with Oscar Isaac and Charlotte Rampling. Duke Leto Atreides and Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mohiam felt like they were plucked right out of the book. In the books, much ado is made about the Atreides family charm, about their bravery, about their ability to inspire loyalty and love in people. Every interaction that Duke Leto has in this film gets those exact points across over and over. The Duke is just a good man to his core, and you can tell that Oscar Isaac just understood this character completely. In the small amount that we got of her, Charlotte Rampling as the Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mohayim was outstanding. She's such a pro. I mean, she has a veil over her face the entire time she's on screen, and she just acts through that thing like it's not even there. I love this movie. I waited so long to see it. I feel so fortunate that I was able to go see it in a theater, and I could not be happier about the announcement for part 2. And I highly recommend people pick up the book if you haven't yet. If you think you're hyped for part 2 now, I mean, wait till you read what happens. I'm sure that some of my fellow fans of the source material won't care for some of the aesthetic and narrative changes that Villeneuve made, but I couldn't be happier with what I saw. I'm not usually a fan of how much the word epic is thrown around every time a movie comes out, but this time it fits. Dune Part 1 is epic as shit, pal, and I am more than ready for the spicy weirdness of Part 2. Maybe I can start getting my hopes up for other things now. Can we maybe get a decent Dark Tower series going? Please? Is that too much? Anyway, before I go, I just want to say thanks to everyone for being so patient. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded anything, and I am beyond grateful to have reached the 5,000 subscriber milestone while doing very little in the last 6 months to have deserved it. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, thank you for watching. Love you guys.